Hello and welcome to this full moon energetic update. We are in the 22nd of July 2024, and I'm just sharing links. Just a moment, and then you can find me at the same time as I'm sharing the link. Breathing and sensing the body at the same time is the entrance. Allow yourself and sense the shift that happens when you are connecting through the body into the energy in the health field for this full moon energetic update. I'm just sharing the link here and there. And everywhere. And I can see you're finding me beautiful here. Yes. So, hello and welcome to this full moon energetic update. If you joined on the 7/7, you know that we have the merging of the mutual fields of consciousness, and it happened on the 7/7, not because that day was destined to be that day, but because when people gather and all energies gather by different occasions, different reasons, then the energy is enhanced and supported to deliver the circumstances that suits the shift. So because of a lot of reasons, a lot of gatherings all over the globe, we had this birth of the new era field of consciousness that opens from 7D to 13D on the 7/7. Today, again, we open for the energy, for the channeling to see what happens. And the first step is to open the field of light and love that reach us in the first 7 dimensions. That means where we are existing in our everyday life, in our consciousness that develop through earthly consciousness, as the dimensions from 7D to 13D is the consciousness that's delivered from other levels, other realms, and that by instance has created our language skills. So our possibilities to reflect and to collect informations throughout time, carried in our DNA memory fields, in our family lines, in our lineage. This capacity opens from 7 to 13D. And this capacity is what created the possibility in our system, in our consciousness field, to develop language skills. And this is delivered through our eternal soul that is love, and the merge in this connection through time. Just one example of this. Enhancement, enforcement of our consciousness through the connection with the eternal soul that is love, and the opening from 7 to 14D or 13D. 12D, depending on how you count. That's another talk. We open to the field of love and light. Breathe, and you can step in and connect and contribute by being an active energy worker here. And no matter if you have been working with energies before, or if it's the first time, or if it's completely new, you can enter, and your participation, your part is just as strong and perfect as everybody else, for yourself and for the mutual work. And this is related to the health field, the new era field of consciousness, and the possibility to create a health field that supports to the highest, the best, everybody who participates at the same time, without creating disturbance and without creating competition in the field. Maybe you can sense it if you would like to try, or if you already agreed upon, okay, I put my intention on participation as an active energy worker for this full moon energetic update. Breathe, sense the body, and allow the field, allow the energy to support you into this experience of how it is to participate in the energy work. The full moon energetic updates, I've been working with these in Danish for more than 10 years. So the field is quite competent and strong. And the enhancement around the full moon is especially supporting this cleansing that we are working with in this field. So this is the first part, and the field opens now. And if you are active participating, you can say to yourself, there's an endless amount of energy in the universe. And if you sense a release of pressure, this is related to your system believing in that you're using your own energy for this work, and you're not. The only energy you're using here is your systems that's generating the energy for yourself in the earthly realms. So the connection from 7 to 13D creates vibrations from 0 or 1 to 7D. That's cleaning up the energy, that's giving massage and refreshment and fulfillment with the energy. And this also creates mirroring of these earthly vibrations to the huge fields that use it for the higher good of this energy work. But your system might sense this enormous amount of energies that we are participating with in in the energy work, because we are gathering in with all the other groups around the globe that work with the same purpose. Breathe. If you sense a pressure, you can support your system by allowing your body to stretch a bit and allow your body consciousness to decide upon how you held yourself, and you can kind of sense the pressure as if you are carrying something on your head, allowing the pressure to distribute equally throughout your system, and support yourself by remembering there's an endless amount of energy in the universe. And now you can take your list of people and places that you would like to support with the light and the love. You can ask me to hold your list in the field, or you can do it yourself by focusing on your list. And you don't need to write your list. You just put your intention on this list that I would like to support with love and light. Please, I put my intention on Marianne to put it in. Or you can do it by yourself. Now we are supporting these lists to enter through the field into the love and the light. It supports and ensures that the support is in order with and aligned with all the rules of balancing energy and consciousness in the universe. Through the whole field, when you're ensuring that you're not trespassing the field by deliberately intending to choose something about how it should be, how this should function. We are not. So the work as a modern shaman with the new era field of consciousness, the highest possibility is to be nothing, and to hold this nothingness for the energy work, for the higher purpose, as allowing the field to do what it can do to bring in balance in the energies and in the consciousness. At the same time, we are preparing for the second part of the energy work, where we are opening for the energy work for the mutual field. And I sense a bit of pressure, so I just intentionally create a couple of sighs to release the pressure and create this equally distribution. Allow my inner vision to show me if there's something I should be aware of. And I see these beautiful energies open in the mutual field related to the lists of what we would like to support with love and light, but also the preparation for the second part of the energy work. Then I sense like a soreness and a sense of being sensitive. And the word quantum sensitive has reached me the last couple of months. A lot of humans, a lot of people, a lot of us exist with a high sensitivity related to the shift that the mutual field of consciousness has been, and human kind has prepared for thousands of years, and is at its highest point right now. And these activations that have been going on, especially since 2012, they are activating sensitivity in everybody. It's pronounced in different ways. It shows itself in different ways. But we are everybody carrier of this quantum sensitivity. And the shift from sensitivity to quantum sensitivity, you could say that's a shift from where you go from noise to signal. So your sensitivity can create a kind of noise, a disturbance, but it can also deliver information to your system. And the deliverance of information in your system comes with the quantum sensitivity, and the noise comes with the sensitivity that's not connected. And what happens in these days, these months, and throughout the year is that everybody, no matter if you are one who participates in energy work or if you are a seeker in that way or not, everybody shifts from this noise sensitivity into the quantum sensitivity, the signal sensitivity. Breathe. Participating in energy work in the New Era field supports a system into the quantum connection. And I'm originally an engineer and worked a bit with quantum mechanics and physics. And this is not the same. And it's really important to me as somebody who's fond of science and somebody who's completely aligned with these quantum sensitivity informations and signals and knowledge, that they are different lines and different fields. And even though they mirror each other, they are not proof of each other. You cannot create a proof of the energy, the mutual field, the consciousness energy, the energy system related to consciousness, and the physical reality. It's like it's different scales. So the different scales is important to know. So if you are mirroring it into each other, it's the same as saying that the vibrations on atomic level can influence the water in the stream, or that the water in the stream influence the vibrations in atomic level. They're not, because they're completely different scales. And the energy in the cosmic consciousness and the higher reflections, the higher vibrations, that also goes to deeper layers than the everyday layer, the everyday levels. These scales are completely different. So when I use the word quantum consciousness, quantum field, it's not the same at all as quantum mechanics. Breathe. Now the field expands, and all these areas, all these places that we now support with love and light, are part of that energy work is fulfilled. If you're watching this video on replay, this part will work for 4 days after the full moon. So you can reuse. If you're participating here live right now, you can reuse this possibility later on for the next 4 days. And the healing, the energy work that goes with this will exist for your participation as long as the video exists. And actually, if you try to use it several times, you will begin to perhaps experience that just thinking about it, it will ignite. That's how the mutual field of consciousness in the new era functions. Breathe, and now we're shifting into the second part. The second part is about energy work for earth fields, for earth people, the shift that happenings right now, and I will shift into the more channeled state. And we are in this full moon energetic update for about half an hour, and then afterwards there will be Q&A for anybody who would like to participate. I'm always a bit channeled doing the energy work, but now I'm shifting into being more breathe and put your intention on participation in the energy work for Earth people. If you sense the ignition for this in you, the ignition and the intention is important for the next month, to sense what aligns, to sense what ignites in your consciousness, what brings you into an elaborate state, what brings you into an awareness that's different, that's in another way than you used to, ignites your consciousness and opens your perspectives, ignites awareness. Whatever comes by that does this for you, that contributes to your expansion of your presence and your awareness of something that goes on, is worth participating in. How do you participate in your own experience? How do you participate in your own life experience? Here, you do this by presence. It's not something new. The new is that this presence is available in a high, potent version, much higher, much easily, much more easy reached, more reachable for everybody. So use your intention, use your awareness, observe whatever ignites inside of you and allow it to open with your presence. This is the best participation in your experience that you can bring in right now. It's simple and powerful, and the proof of the shift, the proof of the change that goes on right now, the opening from 7 to 13T, opens with these small experiences. As a group, we are gathering now, and if you're not sensing this ignition for participation as an active energy worker, you can put your intention on participating as the one who receives. The one who participates receives as well. You can also put your intention on participation on creating surplus energy. The creation of surplus energy comes with our gathering. When we gather as a group with the intention of sharing, equally sharing with surplus, where everybody is equally important, then we create surplus energy, and the surplus energy is gathered with other groups of energy workers, creating more surplus energy in larger scale, and gather again in larger scale and larger scale. Breathe. How the energy aligns us with all of our energy field, all of our consciousness field. This enhances the energy, enhance the healing, enhance the self-balancing system that we are carrying in our consciousness. And this also enhances the direct connection with the mutual field of consciousness that carries itself as one, that merged and activated on the 7/7 full moon energetic update. This DNA memory field that, by instance, carries the possibility for a language skill. We have our own, and then we have the mutual. And what I'm seeing in the channel state here is that I see these libraries in the energy, this DNA memory fields, they are aligning. They are aligning within ourselves, and it gives a kind of attention. It can give small ignitions of pain, actually, and unease. If you have these small ignitions of pain and unease, you can breathe it. Create a couple of intentionally sighs and allow the energy to flow throughout your system. The flowing of the energy throughout your system that you are allowing with your intention, and allow the field to support you. Will distribute the energy and support the alignment, and then the pain will be released. The pain or the unease is activated through the connection with blockages in the system that's released with this alignment. This is not something that happens because we are gathering here. This is something that happens already. We're just enhancing it and get support to align it in a way that supports us, well as at the same time supporting the mutual field and what's going on here. To be anchored in the reality, the way where we're living here, and put our intention to participate in this is a huge support. So even though you can say, how can we, such a few people in our small reality, create a difference that's opening all the global field at the same time? How can this happen? This is related to the quantum field in the consciousness scale, that we are representative for humankind because we are humankind. We are humans. And if we are representative and we are representing a line, the part of us that's connected with all these libraries, all these DNA memory fields and the different scales of the mutual fields, the different levels into our own central field, is really a strong activator, catalyst, because the mutual field of consciousness, of earth consciousness, is so ready to crystallize into this other way. Breathe. Maybe you sense a deeper connection with your body. Breathe. To create a sigh is a natural movement in humans and animals to release stress and to shift into focusing on something else. To allowing the shift. Okay, we are doing this, but when we are shifting due to energy work, we can use intentionally sigh, creating a sigh or two, to release the tensions that opens related to the shift. Breathe. Now we are aligning each and every one of us, and we are supporting the mutual fields, these DNA libraries, memory fields to align, and it's aligning with ourselves, opening the direct connection with what you could call a knowingness, the possibility of knowingness open through these libraries, these DNA memory fields. And we are landing our participation of the energy work our small contribution and the healing process that we're given. And it will continue to open quietly and peacefully, and small waves of healing throughout the day and the night to come supports us well and will continue to stay with us and in the mutual field until the next full moon energetic update. Breathe. I had a question when I had teaching a 5 days workshop, a course at Findhorn Foundation. Just before they shifted as well. They have had a huge shift, just reopened recently after closed down to renew all of their concepts. I was so happy to be allowed to teach a small group there in the New Era teachings, and one of the participations asked me, what is the difference between intuition and knowing, inner knowing? And this is you could say this is a contribution to our understanding of the shift that we're supporting today. Breathe. When I have these shifts in the tempo, in the pace, it's because of the shift in the energy and me being an anchor of the health field. Even though I'm pretty trained, it takes me out a little bit. Okay, so the question was, what is the difference? And the answer that came through the channeled experience, where it opens for me the answer, and then I try to pass it on to the one who's given the question, was that if you see yourself in a disco ball with these mirrors, if you know them, and intuition is a few of these mirrors ignites and tell you something that happens here. There's something to be aware of. Try to go this way. Look especially at this thing. Remember your keys, something like that. That's intuition. Knowingness is if all these mirrors ignite at the same time and reach you in your center point, your burning point of consciousness, your connective oneness point. If all the mirrors ignite at the same time, then it will reveal knowing. And knowing is like small epiphanies that opens for your inner experience of your reality. They can be as clear as something that appears in your consciousness in a way where you're experiencing the appearance, but it can also be appearing, it can also appear in a way where it's subconscious, and then it will bring a wave of chain reactions of something you suddenly see differently. You suddenly see it from another perspective. You see how it's connecting. You understand things that you didn't understand before. So these chain reactions of understandings, they are signs of knowingness that opens subconsciously. To be aware of these the next days, the next weeks, actually throughout the year to come, and a couple of months into next year will be a good support for your consciousness to be in this birth of the new era consciousness all over the globe, all over the earth, people, foundation of consciousness. See if I have a little direct channeling that wants to come. Yes. When you are awakening, your awakening can be pleasant and it can be unpleasant. It goes from hour to hour, from day to day, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant. To be aware of the consequence of the movement of your consciousness supports you well into the experience of the awakening, to be only soothing, only supportive, only gathering, and only in the deliverance of a life, a being, an existence that gives you more than it takes. No matter how difficult your life will be, the support from the inner source is to secure a life where everything gives you more than it takes. It can be a difficult state. It can be so difficult to reach this availability of consciousness, this way of being. But the stairway is shifted to a lift right now. So to enter the lift is to stay present and to stay as aware as possible, to support yourself well, to see where does this bring me? Not what does it bring me, but where does it bring me? Shifting into another kind of channel state. I call it a non-direct channel state, as the energy is completely channeled throughout this full moon energetic update. I'm channeled all the time to what I should be aware of, what I should take care of, what I should talk about. And even when I talk like this, it's channeled. So I don't think about what to say, I just allow it. Channeling and channeling and channeling is not the same. And I know it can be a bit confusing. So now we are opening to the second part, or the third part, you could say, related to the question and answers. Good morning, good morning. Thank you. You move your heart now. Thank you. So I just go back here also and see. Oh, and earlier, it hurts like crazy in my lower body. It feels like the left side of my body is getting stretched. Okay. So this was during the energy work. And how do you feel now? Is it liberated? Is it released? Or is it still active, the pain? It has been ongoing thing in about 3 months. Yeah. Actually, it has been ongoing since 2012. And to many people, it has been ongoing throughout the whole life. I remember as a child having ascension symptoms and not knowing of them at all. And I know that ascension symptoms is not ascension symptoms, they are healing symptoms. Is it an English word? Symptoms? Sorry, you know what I mean. So these signs of ascensions, they are healing signs, and they will show itself different to each and every one of us. So when I talk about these activation dates and waves that opens, we are here activated and initiated and connected differently. Groups have been connecting through earth consciousness the last 2000 years, especially to prepare for this shift. And we are everybody prepared for different waves of these awakenings that goes on right now. And this is due to nobody can foresee how it opens. This has never happened in the universe before, so this is for sure something new. So much is prepared, And some of you will really be aligned with my sharings here, and somebody would say, no, I see it as no, not, it's interesting, I can sense energy, I would like to participate, but I'm not sure about everything you say. And this could be because you're related to another group. I'm in the group where we open in the you could say in the wave, just ahead of the huge wave of the awakening. Good morning, buongiorno. Feels like your channeling was for me. It's a bit better now. I got really sick in 2012, so it makes sense for me. Thank you. Oh. Thank you for sharing, and all my best for your healing process and your balance with being in what is. It's difficult, for sure. The healing opens now as a part of the energy work and the landing. And any other questions? Any other sharing? It's open now, and I'm opening the channel to answer the questions. Expanding like a big ball in the lower body, like you say. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I understand your sense. In the channeling, in the energy work, there was words about quantum sensitivity. And the shift of being sensitive in a way where it's noisy to a signal. And a lot of people have been sensing things in the body and outside the body. And it has been, sorry, I channelized that. The shift in the consciousness globally opens in an awareness, so more and more people will begin to sense things that's out of the physical content. When you're sensing things out of the physical content, your physical consciousness will try to relate it. Until recently, it hasn't been possible for your physical consciousness to relate to the not physical experiences. But the alignment that happens right now allows this. This will contribute to a lot of different experiences, to a lot of different people in different ways, giving odd experiences of, by instance, sensing yourself outside of your body. The sensing of yourself as a big ball outside of the body makes sense in relation to the opening to 13th dimensional consciousness, where the spheric field of consciousness opens. Your physical body is your physical consciousness manifestation into your physical reality. You also have a light body. A light body is created by your consciousness energy and is related to the physical body. And the first 3 dimensions is directly related to the physical body. Then until 5th dimension is related to the area in the contour around your body. From 5th to 6th dimension, it's the oval field of consciousness. And you can also say that it's different how you're counting them. But when you open to the 7th dimension, that's the spheric field of consciousness that opens from the 7th to the 13th dimension. So a lot of people experience the spheric field opens now, and especially in the lower part of the body, because the lower part of the body is, to many people, related to the first dimensions. The dimensions related to direct reaction, to fulfillment of needs, and to mutuality. And these are the levels that haven't been reached by our higher consciousness, or eternal soul that is love in a balanced state at all until now. That's what created the consciousness and the way of being that and many people is given the name ego. With a lot of these names or definitions, it's difficult because the ego in its balanced state is your beautiful soul related to your physical being. So the balanced ego is somehow the most powerful creature of love in the universe. But at the same time, when it's disturbed, the ego is the most powerful non-love creature in the universe. And to this world that you are living in, you're existing in right now, the way of existing for most part has been the destructive, negative, crooked ego. The shift that happens in this year is a shift where your consciousness opens into the possibility to go from the destructive to the constructive ego, to the non-love, to the love ego, to the power of not love, to the power of love. Thank you for the sharing. The energy shifts a bit, supports us into the inner alignment and the shift into the beautiful ego, the power of love, the strongest power of love in the universe that you're carrying as a creature in this reality where you exist right now. This inner connection opens throughout the year and opens to what I as a channel will call channeling yourself. Channeling yourself is when you are internally direct connected through all your layers, all your possibilities of being expanded and extended, and get support into the inner knowing. And from the inner knowing state, be present in your experience and manifest yourself into your reality. And sharing here. Thanks for this channeling. Now I understand a lot of pain and unease going on in my lower body. I've released a lot of old stuff that has felt that it was in the common field, not only my old stuff. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's something I've seen going on with a lot of energy worker, a lot of light workers, especially the ones that connects with higher layers of light being. The energy workers, the present beings here that connects with higher levels, a lot of them really works as sinks, where they are contributing to the release of unresolved karma, different areas, different levels, different ways, and at the same time release themselves. It can seem like a storm. It can seem violent, but actually it's not. It's really healthy. And the way to separate the unhealthy and the healthy way is to stay aware of your actually state of being. How am I actually functioning? How is my energy? How is my functionality? I sense all these different things, all these oscillations of pain and suffering and emotions and sadness and grief and happiness. It swirls around. It's really difficult. But in the end of the day and in the beginning of the day, am I connected to my foundation? Am I balanced? Have I continuously been connected to my overview of things? Then it shows you that it's a healthier connection, even though it can seem pretty wild. Thank you for sharing. And this was related to the sharing about sensing the big ball. Yeah, it feels like a fight inside between my right and left side. Thank you for your patience and very generous explanation. Thank you so much for your sharing. We are going from the old era into the new era possibilities. When we open to the new era possibilities, it's the same. When you open to the new era possibilities, the old era is still here. And the old era is all about fighting. We mirror this in all of our life, in all of our consciousness, in all of our energy, in different ways. So in the channeling, we talked about the disco ball with all these mirrors, but now they are headed to us instead of from us. So with all these mirrors, we can mirror the fight. And when we mirror the fight, we will experience fighting inside of ourselves. It's natural. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because you're not suitable for this or not good enough. It's a part of the shift that we are having experiencing these fightings, these inner fightings and outer fightings. The possibility that opens with the inner connection that opens for everybody right now is to realize it. To realize there's a fight, and then to shift into not fight by choice. So if you sense, okay, there's a fight inside of me, or I'm experiencing a fight with something outside of myself, recognize and appreciate that you are acknowledging it, that you're seeing it. That's the first step. Thank you for seeing this. You don't need to accept it. You don't need to go through it. You don't need to handling it. For you to be able to choose, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. Then you're following the shift inside of you. When you choose not fighting, it's a really strong support right now. And right now it's the rest of 2024 into 2025. It's a really strong support for not fighting. By choosing, secondly, the first thing is to acknowledge it, to recognize it, and then the second is to choose, I'm not fighting. I experience this as a fight. I see it as a fight, but now I'm shifting. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's a merging. It's an evaluation. It's not an evaluation. It's evolution. Sorry. It's an evolution. It's growth. It's a maturing process. It's not a fight. It's not a fight because everything has the same aim, has the same goal. If it seems to be a fight, it's because there's something that have lost the recognition of the aim of the goal. Breathe. Choose, I'm not fighting. I'm accepting that there's something with the aim, with the goal. Yeah. And I'm sharing here, maybe that's the road I'm on. Yeah. We have different paths, different roads. different lifelines. In the highest and the deepest purpose, they're the same. But in the rest of the dimension, the rest of the layers, they're different. And it's important that they are. Each of us is contributing to creating a new world, a new reality, a new consciousness. And all of our reflections, all of our choices creates a difference. Stronger than we can imagine. I'm not fighting, I'm trying to understand. Your explanation give my new hope and faith. Thank you from my whole heart. Beautiful. My feminine is suppressed. That's the first I'm feeling. Yeah. And what you might experience with this is that the first experience, the first epiphany, the first revelation is micro revelation is my feminine is suppressed. But if you're really watching out, observing yourself for the next days, when this epiphany, this small micro revelation opens, suddenly you will experience the opposite exist at the same time. That your feminine suppress your masculine. That your feminine is out of scale, out of line with your truth, your true connection. When you have your feminine suppressed, at the same time you will have it as a disconnecting when it's where it's I'm channeling, sorry. When you have an suppression of a part of you, you also have an enhancement at the same time. Often it's the suppression that you experience, but the surrounding will will experience the enhancement, the unbalanced enhancement. The unbalanced enhancement, by instance, by the feminine, will be a way of entering mutuality where you constantly evaluate the participation of everybody. So if you're constantly evaluating what's going on with the mutual fields, with the exchange within a field, within a group, then this is the enhanced, unbalanced feminine. You're evaluating, and you are not only evaluating, you're positioning each and every one subconsciously and sometimes consciously. This will, from the outside, from other people, be experienced as a positioning and as a kind of fight of who is in control, who is the one who should lead, who is the one who's important, who's the one should be seen. And this fight can be participated in a way where you are deliberately, subconsciously minoritizing yourself, or the opposite. And both will be a part of the fight. To begin to recognize this is a direct way to balance in a way that have only been accessible for masters until now. By deliberately looking out, detectively searching for the enhanced part as well as the suppressed part in all part of you. For each and every one, this is a direct pathway. Okay, much better with the channeled description, the channeled answer. I can never deliver it as connected, as beautiful. This is one of my truth signs that when I'm channeling the answers, they are much better than what I could contribute with myself. Oh yes, control and some judgment is dominant. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing such a vulnerable and beautiful experience or sharing. Yeah. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you for the contribution for everybody here. It moves me. I sense the energy is landing, and that we are about to finish here. I just point at tomorrow, actually. Just see it there. The 23rd of July, we have Cosmic Heart Update, a 5-day online course where you can participate online live and with replay as well. It's channeled. It's originally channeled in Danish, but now it opens in English as well. And see, I think we will have the 7th of August. No, of course, the 8th of August, we will have an energy work, mutual energy work for everybody, like under the new moon energy, with questions and answers, as well as we have open to here. So if you would like to participate, again, it will be the 8th of August. I'm learning and understanding a lot from the way you explain everything. Thank you so much. Highly appreciated. Thank you and have a gorgeous day. Thank you, and the same to everybody here. Thank you for the meeting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the possibility. Thank you for the love, the caring, and the sharing.